Good morning. John Gilkison here. It's Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. And yesterday I performed an MPG test with using my pickup truck, which you see behind me. And the purpose of the test was to try to do a 3-gallon run and see how far the truck could get on just 3 gallons of gasoline. And the idea behind this experiment was that that is the functional equivalence of a Tesla Model X P100D, which 100 kilowatt hour battery pack is equivalent to 3.05 gallons. And so that's what I was attempting to do with the pickup truck, to see how far it would go on 100 kilowatt hours of energy. And I succeeded. And the purpose, again, the whole point of the exercise was that a year or so ago, TFL Trucks was towing a trailer with a Model X, and they could only make 115 miles of range. And they said electric vehicles had a trailer towing problem. And I said, no, they don't. They have a trailer aerodynamics problem. And that they, well, as a comparison, they had towed the same trailer with a Tacoma pickup truck. And it got 8 miles per gallon, and they called that the ideal solution. And I pointed out that the Tacoma wouldn't even made it 26 miles towing that trailer on 3 gallons of gasoline. And this is what happens when you look at the world in an inverted fashion. And so anyway, I could have just told you that, well, I get 20 miles per gallon, I could make 60 miles. And I'd have been right, but I wanted to actually do it. And I picked a good day, not like today where it's windy. I only had 3 or 4 mile an hour winds. So it was calm. It was nice out, and I needed to fill up the tank anyway on the truck, so I filled it up at Doñana, and I drove to Hatch, New Mexico. I turned around and drove back, and then I filled it up again. And so the results were that I ended up taking 3.414 gallons of gas, even though the trip meter told me I had only used 3.0. And I knew that would be the case. The gasometer in the truck usually reads a little low. And so when I converted that, it was reading 89.5% low. So when I converted that 3.414 gallons down to 3.05 gallons, I ended up having gone 57 miles. So this is the range of my 2014 Ford F-150 XLT, and it's got a 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine, and it's a 4x4. And it's got a 36-gallon gas tank. So the truck in reality carries around 1,180 kilowatt hours on board, not 100. So when I filled up, it told me I had 670 miles of range. And of course, that's throwing away 75% of the energy. So the functional equivalent gas tank the truck really has, if you consider 90% efficiency for an electric drivetrain, it's got a 265 kilowatt hour battery pack in it instead of 36 gallons. That would be what it would take to make them equal. And now, I'm in no way saying my pickup truck's comparable to a Model X. My pickup truck has 36 square feet of frontal area and the Model X has 6.7 square feet of frontal area. My pickup truck's coefficient of drag is somewhere around 0.403. It's a little better with that bed cover on there, but I don't have an exact number for you. The Model X has a drag coefficient of 0.24. So there's a big difference between the vehicles. That and having an electric drivetrain that's 3.5 times more efficient than the fossil fuel engine in my truck. Now, I bought this truck in 2014 and I've been happy with it. For what it is, the technology is really amazing. It'll tow over 11,000 pounds. And that's why it has a 36-gallon gas tank. It's got a tow package and extra cooling and so forth to do all that. And it's been a good truck for me. But in 2014, 300-mile range or 500-mile range electric trucks weren't available, and they're still not even available just yet. So this is where we are. The marketplace is developing, and it's an exciting thing to see it happen. I'm going to be through paying for this truck this December. So being through paying for this truck will allow me to buy a full battery electric vehicle instead of this half and half here I'm driving. I'm driving a Ford C-Max PHEV, which about half my driving in is electric. So I'd like to make 100% of it electric. So there you have it. The numbers are pretty startling. Model X gets 96 miles per gallon. My truck's rated at 17. I actually pulled 18.89 miles per gallon on my test. So it was a good test. The truck uses 1,735 watt hours per mile during that test. And a Model X is rated at 339 watt hours per mile, which is a little on the high side for an electric vehicle. It's a big electric SUV compared to a Model 3 or a Model Y. I can't really think of much else. A Model X is rated for 295 miles of range, and that's what it's doing on 3.05 gallons. And my truck, obviously, same 3.05 gallons, 57 miles. That tells the whole story. See you all down the road, everybody. And I wrote a blog on this. It's a 3-page blog, which is going to have a different title in this video. I'll put it in the description of this video. I posted the blog on the EVO, Electric Vehicle Organization website on Facebook. It's SNM, Southern New Mexico. And we have about 100 or so members scattered all over the world. Don't ask me why. I created the group to bring local electric vehicle drivers together, and instead I'm picking them up mostly from around the planet. But that's the nature of modern electronic communications world. So there you are. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.